Whew, good evening, everybody. How's it going? We out here. Let me just get things sorted. There we go. If I shimmy that up just a tiny bit, it might be a bit easier to read. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Move it away from the... Yeah, there you go, that's more like it. Good evening, everyone. How's it going? I'm definitely not shilling my own event. Not at all. Why would I do such a thing? But, do I have the game up? Yes, I do. Just had to make sure. Let's do a bit of driving. We're actually on time for once, which is crazy. Just happened to have everything ready to go at the right time. Here we are. We're at Tor Poznan tonight in the Estonia 21. Should be pretty fun. As you would have guessed from the title, we're actually at 2 flat tracks this evening, or relatively flat tracks. Tor Poznan in the Estonia, and then we're off to Croft in the Javelin. Both which should provide a good bit of fun. But, yeah, I mean, these are 2 really good tracks. Croft is going to be very interesting later on, though, as, of course, it is infamous for its penalties, and the Javelin is not an easy beast to drive. So one thing you might notice, you might not, you most likely won't notice as well, is that I've actually finally enabled a sort of noise gate for my microphone. Means that it's not picking up background noise as excessively as it used to. I tested it out during the Motorfest stream I did on Friday. Or just the crew stream I did on Friday. And nobody seemed to complain about it there, so it seemed to be fine. So we're going to be using it again tonight. Just hopefully it should help remove some of that background noise that is prevalent in my live streams. But I mean, this will be the proper test run of it tonight. Of course. The pressure's looking like, okay, I need to drop them on the right side, it seems. Again, it's crazy how much difference a little bit more power makes to this car. It's so much more unruly than its stock counterpart. Oh, well, its 1.3 litre counterpart is the 1.6 version, obviously, we're racing throughout this series. Okay, those tire pressures seem to be pretty consistent. I guess we could change those. Well, that's what I'm going to do here. 37. It's not too bad. See what we get down the straight here in terms of top speed. Don't think we're going to get close to the... No. We're good on that front. Do I want to change it? Not sure. This car is... It's quite low on power still. And it definitely... still struggles a little bit. Properly get itself wound up. It's only got about 30 extra horsepower compared to the smaller one. What's the next increment? 135. I guess we could try it out and see what happens. I have one rear wing. Better get rid of that, actually. I don't think we really need any rear wing around here. We're just going to see how that goes. I want to drop these. Let's see how that goes. Oh, let's leave the pits. Feels weird having this much time. I've been late too many times as of late. But today I just kind of had my shit together. Hey Lupa, how's it going? All the other guys on a summer vacation? Who knows? Hopefully we have a slow guys. No clue. It's the summer holidays. But yeah, I wonder what the grid number will be tonight. I saw there was about 5 when I registered, so it'd be 6 after I signed up. Hopefully we can at least match the previous week's grid of about 8 or 9. That'd be fine. It seems like we should be able to do that. But I struggle to believe we're going to eclipse it, which is unfortunate. I mean, if we do, I'll be pretty happy with that. 8 now, haven't we? Ooh, okay. Nice, we still got a while to go as well. I guess maybe because I think now... Actually, that would just mean there's a different way. I was going to say that, you know, I think the schools have just broken up. So I think people would have been going on holiday like the week before or so to try and get cheaper holidays without all the stinky school children. But some people probably have parents and stuff as well. Or probably are parents and have children that are in school, so I don't know. Sim racing is definitely a noticeably more mature group than... I say mature and just specifically relating to age. Definitely seen some people who are not mentally mature compared to, like, you know, most other gaming genres, which is pretty awesome. You know, to have this like really diverse sort of range of age groups of people, you know, sort of sharing the same passion. What, you call them mature? Hey Fred, how's it going? Well, I guess you, if you took offense to that. Oh, I shouldn't have gone to second there. Ooh, wobble. Removing the downforce did feel good, though. Gotta give it that. Okay, yeah, that longer fifth gear is definitely more beneficial. Coolio. It's good to know. Oh, understeer through the mid-corner. If I can power up decently enough. Just about. It's def at T1 tonight. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Albeit, I'll never forget the start of that hypercar race we did here with Donnie all those years ago. Where, like, basically the entire field wrecked at the first corner. That was truly something. Classic, yeah. I think that was like my best result in that championship. Excluding Split 2 results, obviously, because they don't really count. Oh, I got a cut for that? God damn it. That's good to know. Yeah, because like all the fast guys took each other out. Which should have... I got hit a couple of times, but I mostly weaseled my way through that one. And so it allowed me to sort of... Oh, big snap. Big snap, big snap, big snap. And off into the grass. Okay. Tire temps are going up because we are just pushing the car harder now. I can try that. See how this goes. We don't have any good result, any check except keeping Donnie behind a few laps. I mean, you're in the death Porsche, so I'm not surprised. I'm really not surprised. Pretty good time here. Don't need that much fuel. Probably carry about 14 liters. That's saying 18 a minute. Oh. Like 16. Nope, that's still not enough. Carry 17. That should be. I think so. Yeah. It's fun turning nitro boost out the slow corners, though. Yeah, that thing's four-wheel drive really sort of came in clutch out of those slower turns. Tried the Javelin at Croft for a few laps. It seems to corner so slowly you automatically clear a slowdown penalty in the final corner. Good to know. Good to know. I feel like we're probably going to get a few of those tonight. In the Javelin. That's going to be a juicy one. Yeah, if you can't see the obnoxious big orange text across the screen and the pinned comment, just a reminder that this Sunday I am running a special sim racing event where we are shamelessly ripping off the Festival of Speed. Basically, all the information you need to know is in the linked video and the pinned comment. Yeah, it'll be this Sunday. You can pretty much bring any car you like. But I am sort of trying to hunt for cars that have a little bit more of a story, personal story behind them for you. Of course, again, I explain in a bit more detail in the video as to what kind of cars I'm looking for and whatnot. But yeah, it should be a fun event. Hoping to try and squeeze as many cars as I can into it. And also, speaking of the British weather, there's a wet version of the track, so after we do all the normal runs, we're going to switch to the wet version of the track and everyone's going to do a run in an MX-5 on the wet track. Just for a bit of fun. I'd always kind of wondered how to do a Goodwood Festival of Speed, to properly do like an online Festival of Speed event in AC. And I think this kind of idea here should hopefully work. I'm hoping, I'm praying. Issue is it does purely rely on people joining with interesting things. We already have a couple of interesting things, but it would be nice to get more cars. You know, the more the merrier. I think at the moment we're looking to we have, I think, about 5 or 6 cars confirmed. Well, still time to go, still time for people. I know some people have told me that they're interested but haven't confirmed the car yet. So... Put Tony in the 919 Spider. Well, he'd have to show up and choose that, but that would be funny. I don't know if he's going to be around for it, so... Oh, it's a cut track? You're joking. But yeah, hopefully people, we get a good turnout. I think we got about 8 in the end for the race of beginners, so I think that's sort of my target again, is about 8 people. 7 or 8 people. But, the more the merrier. We can go to the moon. Of course, if we get too many cars, I might have to reconsider some things, but that's a me problem. And that's the problem I want to have. But I think it should be pretty short, because a run up the hill is like a minute or 2, if you're doing a bit of a, you know, somewhere between 1 and 2 minutes for a demo run. About 1 minute or so for a full chat run. So, you know, you times that by 4. Because each car's going to get about 4 runs. Looking at about roughly... I mean, this is... I'm not doing proper maths here, but you're looking at about roughly 5 or 6 minutes per car. On the hill, doing stuff. Obviously not all going to be in one go. We're going to have like an order and stuff for the cars to go in. But yeah. And I'm really looking forward to it. I have no clue how it's going to go, but let's see. We will see. do a server test the other week. We'll probably do one a bit closer to the event as well, but if I want people for that, I'll let them know. Sort of deal. I think Bossman registered. Oh, he's... Has he? Fog. See, he's got a bit of a... He seems to have a bit of more time on his hands, and he's got a bit of a sim racing itch. I've seen him cropping up. He was at last week's Javelin race. He was also at I saw he was at the Thunder Crew for Fun race last week. And he might have done a couple more. That was just all I saw, really. I don't think he was at Donnie's race on Monday. But yeah, it's good to see him hit the track. Even if maybe he was on the struggle bus a bit in the Javelin. Oh. I think people who dive into the Javelin without having any clue of how it drives is just in for a shock. Guaranteed. I mean, I was on the first round. Such a weird driving car. Of course, I'm putting all my practice time now into the car that I'm going to be faster in. Rather than trying to be better in the car that I'm going to be slower in. But, you know, doesn't matter. Speaking of performing, I actually bagged my 17th win last night, which is pretty pog, in Donnie's series. We're at the Orchard Road Street Circuit, which is a fictional street circuit in Singapore. It's pretty awesome. It really suited those cars, actually, the old Alpha TZs, despite being a more modern style track. I think I finished like 4th in the first race, and then I was able to... I made a load of mistakes in race 2, but I sort of really profited at the end out of just some, you know, being able to get a decent enough start to have the lead, and then shenanigans happening behind me. I could... You know, I really wouldn't have been able to have held up Mateus and Mattia for the whole race, but thankfully... they took each other out, so... Ilmari was still really quick, though. He almost caught me at the end. I was really not finding any time in that race, in the second one. I wasn't able to really get into a proper groove that I wanted to be in, to really sort of hit my stride. So I almost pissed it all down the drain on, like, the final lap. Which got even worse because obviously Mateus's raw speed was so much that he pretty much caught us up by the end anyways. So had I have made a mistake, I likely would have just dropped straight down from 1st to 3rd. He lost in both races, typical. Wouldn't get yourself too down about it. Oh my god. Fuck's sakes. Keep running 136 pace and then putting a wheel in the gravel somewhere, because I'm an idiot. But yeah, the standard of the competition in SRS right now is, like, absurdly high. Compared to, like, your average that you'd find. Because I race in, like, another community. You know, it's a little, obviously, more casual. It's not like a ranked thing like this. But, you know, we have run a couple of championships and stuff on it. And, excluding Racem, because Racem's a shithole. The people that I race against in, AC and R Factor 2, you know, pretty much I'm just faster than them most of the time. There's nothing against them, but just a relative difference, you know. Doesn't take me a lot of effort to win over there, but over here, whew, like 300 starts, only like 17 wins. And over time, those have gotten harder and harder, I feel. Because I feel like I'm getting better and better steadily, but at the same time, so is everyone else. That's kind of the struggle, I guess, with like PvP stuff. So you've always got to sort of stay on top of it. I guess that's why it's good that we get a good bit of variety in Donnie's championship, and I try and introduce a bit with mine, so that, you know, we get like a nice mix of sort of vehicles that really sort of throw people out of what they're used to, sort of thing. Also, because they're fun cars. You know, I really like driving most of the cars. Some cars are duds, but just how it is. Alright, it's pretty much race time, though. Do a final check if my computer wants to cooperate with me. We got 13. Hey, a couple of new guys too. It's pretty cool. Pretty strong Finnish contingent tonight. Rob was going to SimRacing, he didn't get the battle, and one faster guy ended up being behind me and kept making big dive bombs. Ah, sucks. Yeah, sucks when that happens. Like, if you're gonna go for a dive bomb on someone, I feel like you gotta commit to it. Especially because if you don't, you're just slowing both the cars down. Like, you're slowing yourself and the other guy, and it's like... it's completely pointless. Like, when I'm running behind someone and I don't want to overtake them, I'll try and make it as, like, dead obvious as possible that I'm not overtaking them. You know, that was something I kind of had to learn in the... you know, in some of these slipstream heavy cars that I've been running. Because otherwise, you know, if you... I really had to be like, look, I don't want to overtake you. I want to stay behind you so we can work together and move forward. So that they'd stop driving all defensive. Because even if I wasn't going for a move, you know, they may throw a block and it's like, oh, well, this isn't what I want. I'm going to push you instead. I feel like, though, he would probably blame it on the fact that you'd be braking too early, but I always hate that excuse. Like, if it's like a one-time thing, it catches you out and you crash into the back of someone, fair enough. But if you're behind someone for, like, several laps and you're like, oh, no, they keep braking too early, it's like... okay, so you either make the pass or you learn where they brake and you brake to where they brake. It's not rocket science. But I feel like the problem is probably, it wouldn't surprise me either. I think I brake a bit early as well in that car. It's a tricky car to be confident on the brakes on. It's definitely a bit of a bitch. But, yeah, you know, like, it's not rocket science. But I think the problem is that some fast guys, or some people's pace, really doesn't match their racecraft, you know, because you got the old hot lap divas. That's probably why he was back there as it was. I don't know for sure, but, you know, obviously some people can do really fast laps, but they can't race for shit. That's why I found it fun running some of those more slipstream-focused cars, because it really sort of pushed the idea that, you know, being fast isn't the only way to win. You could win, you know, without being the fastest car if you just played your cards right and made the right moves at the right time. Okay, so let's go out and get a little bit of practice in. Oh, bit of a wobble. Very good. More of a wobble. But we good again. Oh, big drift. Oh, Enrique. No. He's out there in the woo. Yep. I did forget to say, but actually, the livery that I've been running is actually the same livery that I ran in the original Estonia 21 championship. What I did was I literally just copy-pasted the livery over. There was a livery that I did like for this car, but when I signed up for the first race, like 5 people on the grid had it, so I was like, maybe not. And while I mostly run the default liveries, I think most of them are acceptable enough, and I'm too lazy to make my own. Saying that, this is actually the only championship where I am not running a custom livery. Michael did a pretty cool one for me on Monday series that sort of spawned from a bit of a joke comment I made on his livery. And Adam made me one for the Javelin. Ooh. Why was I typing and driving? This was a mistake. Okay, we're good. Oh, dirty tires, though. Whew. Lots of understeer. Lap is already invalid, so I guess it didn't matter too much, but... Oh, I didn't even get logged on the timer. Darn. You have to be careful. This car does definitely want to step out a bit. Best practice is still dragging on. I would have thought. Oh, there we go. Speak of the devil. I spoke too soon. Just gonna respond to this. can't send the setup because I don't have CSP, so... I think those are the generic things. Those should pretty much speed the car up to the... Those are the main things I did anyways. Shortening the gears a little bit. Dropping the wing and lowering the car. The car really doesn't need to ride that high at all. And if anything, it's better running lower. Because of the ground effect. Anyways, we go out for qualifying. As my rear-looking button decides it doesn't want to work. Wobble. Ooh. Big wobble again. Don't need the outlap though, so I don't think it really matters too much. But would ideally not want to do that. These tires are pretty much are indestructible for what we want to do in qualifying, so not the end of the world. I think they will wear. Oh, that was a big bump. Holy cow! Make sure I don't do that again. They will wear out a little bit over the race, but not really enough to have any kind of impact on anything. So, again, not the end of the world, really. We'll follow through the final corner. We're going to start our first flying lap. See what we're capable of. I don't really know where the griddle stands. And hopefully I can pull a 136. But I mean, track grip is quite low, so I think 137 is probably more modest at the moment. Maybe even a 38. This car is quite grippy, so I do feel like we could still achieve a pretty respectable lap. Not if I do that. Okay, maybe it will be a 38 now. 36 is currently the fastest. Just want to get a banker lap in here, so I'm going to try and make sure that I don't accidentally invalidate myself. Even if it is like a 39 or so, it's better than nothing. Of course, we have enough fuel to go again, so it's not too bad. Oh, understeer on the final corner. Didn't lose too much over the dirt. 37.4, that's not too shabby. Track grip has improved as we go for lap 2. Looks nice. I think in terms of goals for this race, I think minimum I want a top 5. Of course, we'll be able to judge that better after the first lap is gone. Especially after what happened at Long Beach. Oh, big slide. Once again. But, yeah, no, I think top 5 is kind of going to be the baseline that I'm going to be aiming for tonight. Would love to get a podium. Would love it even more if I get a win. I think the win is pretty unrealistic unless I get a lot of luck. But I think a podium could be viable here if I play my cards right. So that's definitely kind of the aim. I'm tracking P5 at the moment for the qualifying, and that hasn't shifted, which is surprising. Hopefully this lap is going to be faster. It should definitely be. Yep, 36 up to 4th. Only 2 tenths off of pole, but I'm going to actually back out of this run, and we're going to sort of cycle, drop the fuel tank down to 4 liters, and head out again. And hopefully this should put me out to be able to do a lap when the track is at its best. Or so I'm hoping. Marty and Mattia both bumping up the provisional pole. Mattia bumps it down to a 35. First car to break into the 35s. Hopefully we should be able to get up to 100% grip before I start my lap. We're at 99 at the moment. A little bit close to Handy, just to give me enough space. Oh, he's gone off onto the grass. Of course, yeah, I don't really want to pressure him on his qualifying lap. Oh, he's pulled over. Okay, we'll take that. Thank you. A little toot as we go on by. This car has a horn. Holy bufferina. Is it buffering a lot? According to mine, it shouldn't be too bad. Was it just once, or is it, like, constant? Seems to have settled now. Okay. Weird. Hopefully that doesn't continue, or happen again. But, obviously I can't command these things. To reload at least, huh? I'm gonna hope that's on your end, but not on mine. I only feel like this lap is very fast at the moment, but we're gonna run it through. Grip is up, so should have a little bit of an edge. It's on YouTube coming for my ad blocking. Time for Adam to join and tell me again, do you even ad block, bro? Which, I still don't. Keep forgetting. 130, ooh, onto the podium. Provisional. Qualifying only 2 tenths off pole. I'm banging on the doors of a 35. That was pretty good. Off Miko, we're 35.8. Takes the pole position. Ilmari does not do enough to jump me. Mattia comes back and reclaims his pole position. I'm going to jump out the way of Handy. And I think our 3rd place might be secure. I'm going to hope so, at least. 22.59. That should still be good for the race. Yari is not out. Ilmari is, but he's got a big slide. I don't think he's going to be improving. Nope, he's given up. Handy is on a run. He's improving a bit, but he's about a second off, so he's got a lot of time to pull. So does Patrick and Jose. I think if anyone's going to realistically knock me off, it'll be handy. Apparently I actually had a couple of purple sectors there, which is interesting. I guess my first sector just sucked. It really did, yeah. About 6 tenths slower than Mattia in the first sector. Jesus Christ. See what he does in sectors 2 and 3. .1, he was slower than I was through there. Interesting. I'm surprised at that I had the fastest final 2 sectors. Didn't think I would. Oh, he's messed it up. Oh, Miko snagged the fastest final sector. Yeah, best of luck to you too, Lupa. It's going to be an interesting one. Oh, it's very close up at the front. Holy moly. That is a tight grid. Looking forward to that. Now there's going to be death at T1. Oh, yeah. You know it. Okay. 20 minutes. Here we go. Decent launch. Not as good as Mattia. About the same as Miko. I think I'm just steadily a little bit better. We approach turn 1 now. I'm going to go a bit wide. Oh, Yari's right there, but I think I should have enough ground to cut him off. I think he's got the run on my outside, though, out of here. Big slide. Yari's closing right up to my chuff. To remain on the podium. No death into turn 1. At least from up here. Somebody is quite far back. I don't know if they started from the pits or if they died in turn 1. Yari's going to go for a send here. Is he going to commit to it? No, he's not. Bastard. Slow me up. Oh, he got a big wobble. Just allowed him to lose the place to Omari. No death at T1 so far. Through. Okay. See if I can start working away at the front too. And working away from those two behind me. I think this is definitely going to be the battle. Depending on how I drive, it's going to depend whether or not I'm fighting with those two or fighting with those two. Or maybe even all 5 of us. That would be crazy. But, this is probably my shot to be the most competitive in this championship, at least so far. Not the best start, but could have been worse. I think I got hounded by Yari there more than I really would have liked. They're both quite wide here in turn 1. So Miko is chasing the slipstream of Mattia. I'm not in the slipstream of either. Either in front or behind, which is nice. I'm in the slipstream now behind. Well, Omari's going to start grabbing my slipstream. Because I made him. It's pretty bad for that corner. I've never been good for that corner, to be honest. Oh, bit of a dodgy braking there for me. Big slideroo. Not good. Just trying to find that grip. Oh, Mari's off into the sand. Block and weave. Don't really need to at the moment. He's fallen back out of slipstream range. Yari is in his, so they might hopefully start fighting. You never know. Miko has fallen off of Mattia out of his slipstream range, so we're very close on lap times there. Those two going side by side through turn 1 helps me out. Yari is going to take the point of that fight. I don't think Omari is going to let him rest. So once again, get another terrible run through that corner. Never been good at it. A lot of understeer. I'm up in the grass. Not ideal. Don't allow Yari to catch up a lot, but I'm hoping here that the wash is going to keep him out bay, as I'm going to hit the curb a bit. He's still right there. Trying to get the drive out of the corner. Not quite good enough. A bit too wobbly. He's proper in the slipstream now. Trev less crappy, I'm trying! Apparently not hard enough though. Nuh-uh. Oh, he's really going for that inside. Jesus. But he kind of flunked that one, which works in my favor. Oh, those two get a bit sideways fighting. I live to fight another day. Well, it's because of how wide this track is and how small this car is. You can really just put it anywhere. You can find space where you really wouldn't in other cars. And I'm going to run quite wide again there, but so is Yari. However, isn't really what I wanted. I want it to be pulling away, not matching him. The muddy on the gravel a little bit again. Gravel does not seem to penalise you much here. Just getting understeer through there. It's pushing like a truck. Way too early there. Oh, he's going to go out quite wide. Omari's going to follow him. I don't think he's going to have a run on me here. Hopefully he doesn't try some kind of crazy desperate dive bomb. He's looking up the inside, but I'm not going to let him try it. Oh, a big slide. Going to line up alongside me here. Try and cut off that space that he can't get through. It's getting dicey. Just kind of bungled that a bit. He's not going to try and drive it up the inside here. Nope, he's not. Good. Bit of an error wash there. It's going to help me. 12 minutes still on the clock. Whew. I'm going to drive like my life depends on it here. Fucking hell. On 137s from us. We're definitely losing touch with the cars ahead. Definitely braking much more aggressively than I am into there. I've never really had much confidence into that corner. Always been one of my big struggle points. Got a good run out of there though. Yellow flag up ahead. It's for a lap back marker. Isidro. I think he's gone in a bit too hard. Now he keeps it on the track. The flags are still out. Oh, he's off there. Unlucky. Don't know. I nudged the brakes a little bit. I don't know what I was thinking. Hoping Amadi has a little bit more bite here on Yari. He really doesn't seem to at the moment. Oh, he's going to dive it down the inside. I'm going to go a bit wide, but it's not going to matter too much. Try and give Yari a little bit of a slipstream. Oh, they're very close. They didn't touch. Whew. We live. Got a little bit of breathing space. As those two start fighting. Oh, I think there was a bit of contact, maybe. Finnish Civil War. But Marty hangs on, though. Yellow flag ahead. I think Miko might have taken a plunge through the gravel. Doesn't seem to have affected him too much, though. We stay third. That wasn't a good run from me through there. Very wobbly. Not a lot of power, but it's enough to stay out of slipstream range. Now the tires come along pretty much a-okay. Nothing really wrong with them. It's good. 9 minutes to not bin it. Yep. Got the fastest lap of those guys that time around. I think Miko might be a little too far removed to catch, but so yeah, definitely my goal is to break away from those guys. And luckily I've got a bit of space so I can really focus on that. Marty has a little bit of space on Yari as well. So he's not really under a threat at the moment, unless he makes a mistake and allows Yari to get close up, which he might have just done. Yeah, they are definitely closing up on me a little bit though. I need to keep my arse in gear. Ooh, bit of a slide. We're good. Ooh, another big slide there. I think he might just be picking up slipstream range now. 7 minutes to go. They were both in the 135s that time. It was a low 36. Not good enough. Oh, they didn't get a good run through there, though. Brings the ball back in my court. A bit too slidey through there. Much sliding. It's allowed him to close up a lot. I'm hoping the error wash through here should catch him out a bit, though. Oh, it does a bit, but not enough. It's right on my chuff. Yari has closed up on him, so that makes things interesting. Oh, he's definitely close. Oh, we've touched! No! Ah. Oh, that was an interesting rejoin. Hate to see it. Hate to see it. I think that was a racing incident, but I do feel kind of bad. I could have definitely been more on the inside. I was pushing. Almost like I was right about turn 1. Yeah, fuck you. It's all your fault, Fred. All your fault. Oh, I've understood. Whoop. Big snap. Ooh. I think I've given up enough time. I was still ahead, technically. But, let him catch up again. Run, you can hide, but the Bitsudamas comes for us all through. Very true. I think I'm gonna focus on sitting behind him for now until we pass Handy, and then we go for the send. Don't want to battle him and have us lose out to Handy as well. At least we could still recover P4 or 5. So it's not too shabby. But it is kind of crazy how much quicker we are than everyone else. That we were all the way out there. Even with the amount of time we gave up from that incident, or we lost from that incident, we're still, of course, not going to catch the eye back up for P3. That's gone. But, definitely start making inroads back for, you know, going to roughly finish in the places where we maybe should have. Lost a bit of ground to him, though. I need to try and work that back. I'm quite fucking sweaty, though. It's gotten pretty toasty in this room. He's gone wide. Oh, I'm on the curb. Big slip. Oh, he's up into the grass. I think he might have panicked seeing me have a big moment. Andy has definitely picked up the gusto a bit, though. Not actually entirely sure we're going to catch him. So that explains why he's so far ahead of the rest of the pack. Because he found his groove. Started clocking in pretty decent lap times. Oh, big snap again. Actually, supposedly a little bit faster than him, and I guess I was a bit further behind coming into this lap. This will be the final lap, so I guess it's time to try and make my move. Need to line it up well, though. Make it too early, and he has a chance to get me back. Leave it too late. And I might not get it. Prime position here. Didn't quite get the run I was looking for. He's going to go defensive up here. So he gets a bit of a wobble on. Can't really do much here. Oh, the wash almost put me out in the gravel. Getting a good run out of here is going to be crucial. Oh, maybe just. It's going to be right on the stripe here, I think. Oh, I need to lift off a bit. The understeer, no, I think it's going to screw us. Come on, get the run, get the run, get the run, get the run, get the run. No. Oh. Gosh damn it. Yeah. But, yeah, I'm just here for the fun, and I felt it was a little unfair. But, Imari pulled the short end of the stick in that fight. Ooh. Turn one was pretty clean. Until about 5 minutes to go. Ah. Make sure I'm registered for the next race. I am. Nice. Croft. That's gonna be something. Alright. Replay time. Didn't get too bad of a start to the match of Miko, but that kind of left me nowhere really to go into turn 1. Just kind of stuck on the outside. Bit wobbly, trying to get the grip. It's quite hard to judge where the other cars are, given how small the cars are. I thought Yari was a lot closer than he actually was in a lot of those, from what I was getting from the mirrors. He was almost a car length back in a couple of those. Shame I squabbled too much. I think, had I been able to have kept focus and a bit more of a faster pace, well, I think if I could have kept more focus and cleaned up my driving a bit more, I think I maybe could have challenged at least Miko for P2, but wasn't to be. Made too many stumbles and fumbles, so flat out last turn, yep. Apart from one lap where I weirdly blipped the brakes, I don't know what I was thinking. But yeah, flat out last turn, 5th gear, all the way around. Oh, this one was an interesting one, you fucking hell. I was like, okay, I'll cover off the inside because that's where he's trying to go. I kind of just held my line going straight out, and he's still going, And I'm like, okay, fucking hell, he's going to run himself off to the grass, so I'll let him take it. And then he was just a bit too slow on the apex there. So he ended up losing back to me. He lifted a bit. It was, yeah, I think you needed a car that was pretty trimmed out. Like, I was barely making it a couple of laps. It was quite on edge. I somehow held on through all of this. He didn't actually get past, which is pretty nice. Okay, then those two start fighting. Omari gets ahead. I get a little bit of breathing room, but again, like yesterday, as soon as I have like a bit of an advantage, I'm kind of pissing it down the drain. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Oh wow, wait, what? Netcode. You love to see it. Never actually touch. Never actually touch. The iRacing experience. That being said, I'm not quite sure what line he was really hoping to take there. I think I was I late? I don't know. I mean, yeah, I maybe could have been more on... I could have been more on the inside, that's for sure. But I think looking at his trajectory, I don't think there would have been much space for me anyways. So it's... I mean, it's definitely racing incident. I could have been more to the left, but I think he comes over a little too far to the right. And then, yeah, we just touch. Well... magic happens, because we don't actually touch. Fuck you, AC. There's clearly, I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. About, you could probably fit your hand in that gap. If I had put my hand in a fist, I could probably fit it between our two wheels. But nope, we touched. Probably would have touched a bit anyways, but nah. Yeah, and then ping pong ensues. Maybe. I don't know. He carried a lot more speed into the opening of the corner. Like, look at the amount because he's like, when we start braking, he's all the way back here. What a time to join! I could probably fit a hand in that gap. Yeah, it might be different on your replay. Oh no, that's definitely what it looked like on mine. Bonk. Oh, yeah, and just almost loses it on the grass back into me. I shit my pants there a little bit. I'm just going to deep on the brake and take far outside line. Yeah, it is a... I think the corner would be completely changed with a bit of banking. It's very hard to go around... Because it's flat, it's very hard to go around the outside. I mean, where was Yari earlier? He tried the same and it just didn't work. He was a bit further back, though, granted. But he still tried. Yeah, he came... I think he was a bit closer one lap. Maybe here. Yeah, definitely closer. I think my natural line through here was to arc pretty slowly inwards. So I was kind of rounding the corner off as much as I could. Okay, that was a bit of a shit example. I guess we'll go to the... Not final lap. Yeah, this is a bit better. I usually take a bit of a wider arc in, and I don't apex till about halfway around the corner, and then I just bury the throttle. That's sort of the line I was taking. So I think when we were in battles, it kind of... Yeah, I think Yari was thinking the same too, because like he dives in and he's like, oh shit, he's still there. But yeah, definitely a racing incident. I don't think... Just a bit of a miscommunication, really, I think. I think we were both thinking we were going to do different things. Ended up both of us meeting at the same piece of track. Felt like you were hit really hard, huh? Guess, where is it? I guess maybe. I don't know. Clearly racer on racer hate crime. I was running 52. 52. What lap is it? It is... Oh, shit. At the end of lap 1? I think it is, yeah. So, this is lap 2, lap 3, lap 4, lap 5, 6, 7, lap 8, lap 9, 10? 10, I think. Or if you count in the green markers, it's the 9th one. Alas, shit happens. We had a decent fight till the end, though, I think. It is pretty tricky to get past. I will say that. Being someone who successfully defended from a few attacks and also tried to make an attack towards the end, it was a bit harder to pass than I anticipated. You really... I think to make the move stick on someone, you either had to hope they made a mistake or you just absolutely blitzed them into a corner. When I fought on the final lap, I was like, I'm not going to do it turn 1. Well, I wasn't close enough to do it turn 1. I was like, I'm not going to do it here either. No point. Wasn't close enough to try anything here. But I was like, okay, if I get a really good run, I'm not going to get past here unless you make a mistake, or here, really. But if I get a good enough run... Which I think I did. I got a really good run out of here. And I was sort of in the slipstream, gaining. But I sort of had to lift a little bit. And also with the aero wash, I just couldn't carry the speed I needed to. And then bam. Had to settle for P6. Looks same on your replay. Huh. Yeah, I didn't realize just how bad the aero wash could be on these cars until I got behind. Till that corner there specifically. I was like, I've got him. And then I was like, nope, I don't. Car just was like, no, I'm not turning. Yeah, I think this first corner would be definitely a bit better though if it had a bit of banking. Because then the cars on the outside could definitely pin the throttle. Nothing to be sorry about. Nothing to be sorry about. I think as I said, you know, and as you said, it's a racing incident. We were both fighting hard for position, you know, it was for the podium, really. And I think, you know, we both just wanted the same piece of track. Or close enough to the same piece of track. And, well, 2 cars into 1. No worky. Where's the Humpaporo? I've probably butchered pronouncing that. But I also have no clue what that is. Oh, alright. A bit of time to quickly take a look at the results. Your car should be pink. Yeah, I'm a very good streamer, so I don't even think, I'll be honest, I don't even think I have the SRS skin app. I always forget it. Always. It's my, definitely my biggest goof. I keep forgetting. Every time. I just download whatever ones people post. And then forget about the livery app all the time. Alright. Race peak. Get these results up. That is the right one. Nice. Of course, yeah, don't forget, check the pinned comment. And also, it's written at the top there. If you're interested, on Sunday, we're ripping off the Goodwood Festival of Speed. Hopefully gonna have a pretty awesome collection of cars. And if you'd like to submit your own, go and watch the video. Has all the information you need. But yeah, just to quickly run through the results here. Mattia takes the win. I don't think that was really in doubt too much. It was pretty tight, though, between him and Miko. Miko definitely had a very strong pace. But I think he was just missed that edge that Mattia had in the end. Which is what gave him the advantage to win. Then, obviously, Yari in 3rd. A little ways off. Handy in 4th. And Mari 6th. Or 5th, myself 6th. Unfortunately, after that crash, we weren't able to fight for the podium anymore, but we at least had a decent fight to the line. 2 incident points. That was 2 hits, so I guess that adds up. Very clean for the rest of the grid, though. That's good to see. 3 incident points from these down here between Henning, Adrian, and Isidro. Seems like they didn't have a good time. All 3 of them got lapped at least once. Thanks, Jace. Good luck next bear. But yeah, see you next year. Yeah, alright, see ya. And also, if you're interested, check the link at the pinned comment. Because it's gonna be fun this Sunday. I'm gonna keep shilling that, so best people get used to it. Map chart. There's some stuff going on. Used to have the student community type house. Some neighbors painted Humpaporos all over 1 floor walls. Chuckin and came in later and signed the wall. That still means nothing to me. I'll be honest. Right, overall championship standings, 5th overall. Mattia has a 10-point lead over Yari now. We come into the back half. Amari is a little bit, is 9 points behind, so pretty equal gaps. Very close between him and Miko, though. It's the logo of the finish, let's say, folk rock band. Okay, that makes sense. Hey, Miha, how's it going? Now, Miko with 280, yep, very close to the 266 for me. I'm quite far off at this point. Handy is very close, though. Only 2 points behind me. Sheesh. Then everyone else is non-full-time, so I think all of them have only done 1 race, or 2. Actually, no, only 1. Henning did sign up last week, but he had some issues, so couldn't race, unfortunately. But Omari did in both Alpha races yesterday. So much incidents, 13 and 14. No clue. I don't know. I think there was something definitely a bit funny with the incident points. Because I got 8 in race 2. And I know I did whack the wall a few times, but I didn't think I hit the wall 8 times. So, I'm not sure. I think there might have been something that was handing out incident points where they maybe shouldn't. But I really couldn't tell you what that would be. That's just at least my opinion. I could be completely wrong. And it could be that I did just hit the wall 8 times, but it didn't feel like I did. So, I don't know. It's a pretty narrow street track, so it was quite easy to hit the walls, or something for that matter. There wasn't much car-to-car contact, though. This is pretty good. At least towards the front of the pack. That was Zero, not Ilmari. I think he had too much humper juice, probably. Yeah, I did. Thank you. Yeah. Admittedly, luck was definitely on my side. I did not have the pace, and I made too many mistakes. But thankfully, Mattia and Mateus took each other out into, well, I say took each other out. Mattia drove into the back of Mateus in one of the corners. So, it basically dampened their charge. Because I was, I think it was because I was going a bit defensive, so I think I was backing them up a bit. And so they concertinaed. I don't think I backed them up too hard, but yeah, they ended up tagging each other, and Spinaroo put them out of contention. Ilmari was on my ass the whole time, but despite the mistakes, I was able to measure out just enough pace to sort of keep him behind. And so got the win. MG, yes, it was Miko. Whoops. That's what I say. I didn't see him hit the wall. So I felt that was definitely wrong. But I don't know. Miko might have hit the wall a lot of times. It was easy to do. Easy to do. But I do definitely think something was slightly amiss. Oh, we last week? Oh, Brands Hatch. No, was we at Brands Hatch first week? No, we're at Donington first week. Sure. I don't have a setup for Brands Hatch. Oh no. I guess I just ran Donington and didn't even bother saving it. Yep, I did. Right above. Nice. Mika was just tired, but he had lots and lots of mistakes. No humper useful. Hey, Mika. How's it going? We're always on Discord. Not too surprised by that, actually. I think I've seen you guys have been teaming up. But, yeah, no. There's a tight street circuit, and those alphas are wildly machines. So, I'm gonna... okay, I didn't. I thought I was gonna ram out. Yeah, those are pretty wildly... I can't English now. Fuck. Yeah, wildly cars, you know. I struggled quite a lot yesterday. Which does sound ironic to say because I won race 2 and finished 4th in race 1, but it was challenging. Yeah, well, it was a really fun track for the car, but it was sort of like... You're always kind of on the edge, which I do like. That's kind of where I find my sweet spot in sim racing, is being on the edge, but it is definitely a risky spot to be in. Like, a little bit too much and bam, you're in the wall. That's it, day done. And that's how I lost the podium, I think, on the first race. I lost that track position, I just couldn't get it back. because I absolutely clattered the wall on one of the corners and lost a lot of speed. Wonder how that race would have gone with a full grid. I feel like it would have been absolute carnage with 24 cars. Oh, I'm just gonna let Mateus through here. Yeah, I did enjoy that track. It was definitely the most fun one so far. Daytona was alright in the alpha. Fuji was alright. Both of them were pretty tough. I mean, actually all the tracks have been pretty tough in the alpha so far. But, wow, Hanu really wasn't wrong about the fact that you go so slow through the final hairpin that you basically could just clear the penalties. That's quite funny. This car is really something. Oh, lock it up a little bit. Oh. This is gonna be tough. I feel like we need a penalty counter, because I think I'm gonna get a load. That is very true. That is very true. Unfortunately. It's typically the case. Bigger grid races, the more spread there is. Typically the more chaos you have to deal with from the cars behind. Not necessarily, but I think it is more likely than not. Especially if... And, you know, in some cases it's even worse when fast guys end up at the back, because then they get desperate to try and move forward and cause a load of carnage. This is going to be a race. I mean, yeah, you're talking about backmarker troubles. I mean, heck, we had, like, what, 9 cars at the first round at Long Beach in the Estonia, and had backmarker troubles there, even. Oh my god, I really can't. I can't drive this thing. Fucking hell. Hoping nobody else can either. What? Big slide. 152. Oh, that's slow. That's why this has been so good. High standard grid overall, mostly respectful racing. Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't be lying though if I said I wanted more cars on the grid though. But I think, yeah, quality over quantity is definitely... It's definitely always the way to go, in my eyes. You know, I would like a grid of 20 cars, but I would also like those 20 cars. They don't have to be fast, but they just have to know what they're doing. You know, they have to know how to not make a complete fool of themselves out on the racetrack. See what we can do in qualifying. Only 5 minutes. This is going to be an interesting qualifying. Very quick, very snappy. I still have to not get lapped in 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 1.5 minute track. I don't mind lapping cars as much, as long as when you lap them, they know what to do. They don't panic like a deer in headlights. Because that's when it's disastrous, you know. Like a backmarker who knows what... A backmarker that knows what they're doing is perfectly fine, you know. I've raced against some people who aren't the quickest, but they know what to do in scenarios, in most scenarios. And they handle themselves pretty well, and you barely even notice they're there, really, you know. If you're in like a voice chat or something, which I am for a lot of these races, you know, they're there for the banter, but they don't really interrupt you on the racetrack. Yeah, exactly. Some gentleman drivers are very slow, but But yeah, some people come onto these platforms and they are just terrible. You know. I feel like definitely the worst are the people who are quick but have like zero etiquette. Because they are just a menace to be around. Because they can put the car in qualifying in good positions and then spend like the whole race like screwing people over. It is a bit pointless if you go 10 seconds slower, but if they find it fun, they find it fun. You know? And who knows, maybe they stick at it enough and they'll learn a thing or two, and that gap will steadily crumble. But, yeah. You know, competitive platforms maybe aren't the best place to go about doing that. I would definitely say community racing is better. But in a weird way, I feel like SRS kind of sits in a bit of a weird middle ground because it's quite small these days. I do definitely get a bit of a community race vibe from it, even though it's, you know, still a ranked platform. But, you know, it's usually the same people turning, or the same group of people turning up to the races week in, week out. And you kind of get to know them, how they race, and you get to have fun with them. You know, I've met quite a few people from SRS, so they're pretty awesome, you know. Everyone here at the moment. Wink, wink. And there's a James type of driver that drives into a tire and takes you out with him. Oh, I've been... Oh, nope, we're good. I was too busy reading that comment and almost threw the lap in the bin. But we're good. Map is still alive. I don't think I'm going to be fast at all, but... A lap is a lap. That's probably better than what a lot of people can do in this car. I'm hoping, at least. Might just about squeak across the line with enough time to do another. Which is good. And speaking of, I guess kind of linked to James. But not really. The race from ranked lobbies. Holy cow. I've only done like 2 race from ranked races. But like... For such a niche platform, Race from Ranked is full of so many dirty bastards, it's unreal. I've seen so many just really dumb incidents on Race from Ranked servers. From like people in like other communities. How does the yacht handle? It handles like a yacht. I'm definitely going to get at least 1 penalty, I think, this race. But yeah, like, race from ranked is like, sheesh. Which is weird, because like, the race from communities are usually really good. Full of really clean and respectful guys, but you get into the ranked lobbies, that goes out the window. You know, you would have thought maybe with a more niche sim it would have been more down to the, you know, would have been more down to the more dedicated players, the ones who are, you know, actually pretty good at the game. However, I think Racem's big problem is that it's so... It's shot itself in the foot with how much it loves its leaderboard a bit too much. And so I think that's really cultivated a bunch... I was crazy in the open wheelers from my experience. Maybe. But I've seen crazies in, like, all sorts of racing. From what people have posted on, like, community servers and stuff. But I think Racem loves its leaderboard a bit too much. So it's kind of cultivated a community of, like, hot lap divas. Who are really fast over 1 lap. But they are just absolutely dog shit at racing. I think I saw someone on the Ranked Championship was able to get into the broadcast server despite having, like... Right, see how fun with your Deep Rock Galactic? Ooh, if I can make the corner. Yeah, have fun with that. I'll be struggling for the next 30 minutes in this thing. But, you know, like... What was I saying? I think they've kind of cultivated a group of hot lap divas, really. And that's not really a good thing. My qualifying is over. I don't even know I'm still going. Should be trying to work out how much fuel I need in this thing, if I can get it stopped. It doesn't want to stop. Jesus. Oh, qualifying's over. Shit. I've just got to guess how much fuel I need then, I guess. I don't know. $20 is probably more than enough. Might not be enough, looking at that number. That's not good. Oh well, we'll see. Yep, cheers for the luck. I'm gonna need it. But as I was saying, yeah, kind of cultivated a group of hot lap divas who are like really fast but bad at racing. And I remember seeing at a community there was a guy who made it onto the broadcast server for the ranked championship, but he had like a really low rating compared to everyone else. Like, you know, everyone had a really high rating. He had a really low one, and it wasn't because he was like a closet alien. He was just, you know, your average dude in a field of aliens. But Racem changed up the way they distributed players through the servers. And, so basically, it's instead of just being rating, it's a combination between your rating and your sort of, like, safety rating. I think they call it, like, reputation in Racem. So it's kind of a mixture of those two factors together, which meant that you had to be fast and clean. But because the fast guys in Racem are such dirty buggers, admittedly it's not helped by the really strict track limits, ironic I say as we're driving a Croft, that Racem has, and how esports drivers love to push the limits. But, you know, it meant that someone who was theoretically way slower than everyone else in the field was able to get into the broadcast ranked championship race. Which I don't think was really great for him, because he was kind of just overwhelmed. We're all going to go wide here. I think that's going to happen a lot. Oh, someone has gone way out wide. I think it's a little too wide there, Sonny Jim. Oh, I almost put a wheel in the grass. Did put a wheel in the grass, but only just. I think Survival is the name of the game here in Race 1. I'm not sure if I have enough fuel, so this will be interesting. It's just for the luck, anyhow. I will need it. I was too busy rambling about racing. It's handling us quite a bit of paint trading, even if it gives you a 4x. I guess. Cars do feel quite heavy in Racem when you hit them against each other. Unlike AC, where it's like ping pong. You know, the contact me and Omari had might not have resulted in anything, where in Racem. Racem also, I think, is generally better netcode. So, in the same instance, I don't think it would have been too bad either. We would have had that bit of extra space. But sadly, good online systems aren't good enough to really make Racem fun. Its physics are still bad. Oh. Netcode and contact handling 1,000 and 1,000. Oh no! Oh, alright. Well, final hairpin time. Gotta make sure I slow down enough. There's number 1. It's really not gonna hurt me too badly though, I don't think. Anu taught me the hack before we started. Before I even did the Estonia race, actually. He taught me it at the start of the stream, so but he's kicking himself now, because he's the next car on the road to me. Well, if AC had RE3 netcode and handling. Oh! Oh no, I think Mateus disconnected. That's unfortunate. There you go, it's gone. Yeah, I think he did. That's unlucky. Oh, tragedy. Yep, he is now P1. Mattia. I am up to P3. Tragedy has struck for Mateus. That might put a pretty big dent in his championship hopes as well. I don't remember how the championship is folding up, but I think he is leading. Because I think he's won pretty much all of the races so far. But that's going to put a pretty big dent in that. And very, very unlucky for him. However, this is telling me that I need 3 liters. Which is not good. I might have to start fuel saving. I am going to start fuel saving. I'll have to save 3 liters in 10 minutes. You watch. Watch and learn, mister. I'm hoping that also sort of rounds itself down. Oh, I think Yari's going to get himself a penalty. Hopefully he doesn't know. I'm going to try and keep it pretty tame for the time being, so I'm not bleeding too much time. I'd say 3 minutes, 10 minutes, I'm going at a snail's pace. I mean, we're going at a snail's pace anyway in this thing. Oh my god, the bog. Oh, Hanu lost it. He's down to 5th. Nail the pace. I'm steadily bringing that number down, so that's good. Even though I am going quite slow, I am having to focus a bit still. This car is just tricky. I mean, it's pretty slow anyways, as I said, but it's not easy to drive even at a slow pace. Because it doesn't really do a whole lot. Did a 54. Being said, I do think the game is full of shit, so my numbers are full of shit, so I'm actually going to put my foot down a bit more. Oh, actually, yeah, no, I think we're going to go a lap extra, so no, never mind. very quiet race. Not really giving this car the growl that it can put out. Oh, Mateus is back in. Oh, but he's dead last. Tragic. And 54-1. What is Joaquin behind doing? 155. So I'm actually running faster pace than the car behind me, which is good. We need to save about 4 laps, if 1 liter of fuel over these 4 laps. As I lose focus and drift wide. That's okay. That number is actually going up again. It's not good. Start saving a bit more aggressively, I'm not sure. Isn't great, but I got a pretty chunky gap here on the car behind, so I got space to work with. I'd rather get a podium than not finish. Or potentially risk dropping to P4 and not finish. Picked up the pace a little bit there. How much time is going to be left on the clock when they cross the line. That will determine how much we have left in the race. But they are quite a ways ahead, so I'd assume they're probably going to cross the line before. Drop low enough. Yep. Oh, maybe not, actually. We'll see. But we're in the green. Need to keep it there. hit the wrong pedal and hit the clutch. I'm a fool. Definitely pick up the pace a little bit more now. Not have to worry about saving so much, but just make sure I don't overstretch it. Not cross the lap in time, which means we actually have a whole lap left of fuel. But better to be safe than sorry, I think. About 0.3 litres to the good there. And we held on to the podium, so... Bit of an unfairly gained podium, because Mateus' downfall, but podium nonetheless. Oh, it's not stopping. There you go. Isn't too bad. Ugh. Enrique did not do too well, it seems. Mateus was able to beat him out. In the end, unlucky though. He probably could have won, but was robbed by lagging out. Setting consistent fastest laps. Yeah, he hasn't seemed to have had the best of luck lately. He's been struggling quite a bit, I think, in pretty much all the races he's done so far. I mean, this is the first time I've seen him on track, so I can't comment of anything in the past. But, might be a bit rusty. I don't know. I don't know how much he sim races. And how much time he gets to sim race. But it's good to see him on the grid. It's good to see him on the grid. I'm surprised he returned to this car. Didn't have any pace whenever I saw him on track. Maybe. Oh. Crikey. Seems like I'm starting in exactly the same spot as last time. Oh, actually, no. Where I was on the inside. Oh, no. And he's starting on pole. No clue if this will be enough, but it'll definitely be better than last time. So, I think last time it said I was about 3 litres short, so if that's the case, then 5 litres should be More than enough. It's going to be an interesting start, though. And we get an interesting start. We're all jumbling up here. Oh, yeah. Oh, I about break myself a little bit. Oh, we're good, we're good, we're good, we're good. Too many cars going into one corner. We somehow weasel our way through. I think we avoided contact mostly. I need to get into second gear. Holy shit. How that worked out, I really couldn't tell you. Let's see if I can make him jump on Yarko in here. Now, mind you, we'll just ram the tires of the chicane and die. Oh, didn't. We washed out quite a bit there. Tess is up into P4. He made haste of getting past those guys. I think I definitely need to try and get past these two cars ahead if I want any hope of maybe staying ahead of him. So he closes in at a rate of knots. Oh, I'm having to brake a little bit. But I can weasel my way up the inside here. Not a lot of space, but I think I might just about do it. Mateus is going to try and fly around my outside, but I don't think he's going to quite really have the space that he needs. He's a very bold man trying to go around the outside. He assumes that I have perfect control over this thing. He's going to get through here. Not a lot of space in these barges. A drift from me, not ideal. But, oh, he's gone a bit wide there, Quinn. Hopefully that's not a penalty. Oh, he's good. Good, he survived. I was scared. If he got a penalty there, he was pretty much toast. Oh, I've gone deep, but we made it. Mateus now all over the back of Hanu. And Hanu's just lets the door slip. Mateus is through. Man, he's definitely driving like a man possessed. He's destined to make up for the lost ground. Oh. Gonna make this work. Boiling his way to P1. Well, it's the way you gotta... If it works, it works. Sometimes you gotta be aggressive, and with what little space we have here, and how these cars are, you do have to force your way in sometimes. I pretty much forced my way in there on Hanu. I saw there was just enough space on the inside, so before I really committed to taking him on the outside, switch back and sort of run it in pretty deep into the corner. So did he, but that worked out in my favor in the end. Tia is behind Henry, still in fourth, but Henry's gone very wide. I think that's going to land Tia through. That wide line would give Brundle a stroke. Maybe, but it worked. I was only 4 attempts off Mateus there, that's not too bad. Definitely happy if I can keep that pace up. I think it might be hard to hold off Mattia, but Yari definitely could be possible. So I think we could be on for 2 podiums in a row here tonight if things go our way. That I definitely will not complain about. Mattia is free from Hanu. Yari is right behind. I think he's off on the grass there, unless that is Hanu. Off on the grass. Unfortunate for whoever that is. Oh, Mateus has gone very deep. Maybe that's his ploy. I don't think it was, though. Don't think he meant to do that. Oh, Tia gets a bit of a slide on the exit. See what we can do through here. Quite a few cars are a bit slower over that runoff, but I think because this car's such spongy suspension, it really he takes that in its stride. Oh, Matthias over. He's blown it. Does he keep it on the track? Oh, just about. Oh, I think that was a bit of a hand-in-mouth moment for him there. He was almost off into the kitty litter. Just about keeps it on track. Actually going to try just running second gear through here. Not sure if it's slower or faster on the exits, but we'll see. 51 from me. A little bit slower than Mattia, but that's still an improved lap. Now that I'm finally able to stretch this thing's legs, I'm doing better than I thought. I think even though I was fuel saving a lot last race, I was still kind of learning the lines throughout the track that you could sort of take in this thing. I'm sort of putting them to use here. As I said, I think holding this second place is going to be hard, but I think as long as I don't make any big errors, I think I am pretty much set for a second podium in a row, which I will, again, definitely take. Oh, Matthias goes a little bit wide. I think he keeps it up. I think the only real blip I had this week, really, so far was the, that contact in the Estonia 21 race. Other than that, I think it's been a pretty solid week so far for me. Gone down to first gear. Oh, Matthias gets a big slide out. Seems like Matthias might have had to have served the penalty or something. So he has lost a bit of ground. That's a bit of a slower lap from me. He's definitely closed in more. Seven minutes left on the clock. Here's within a second. Only just. I'm gonna go very wide out here. I don't think it's gonna help me much in terms of speed. A little bit of understeer, but I think we corrected for it well enough. No fuel saving in sight. 3 liters to the good. Hungry car behind you. Yep, he is hungry. I'm gonna hopefully not let him feast. But it's gonna be hard. Got a pretty good exit there, I think. His lap time's just better. He's just that bit quicker than me throughout the lap. Was very close to that tire wall. Taking every bit of track and then some. think I really could have used more there if I tried. But if I want to try and hold on to this second place, what I got to do, looks like Yari's running into some misfortune, though. Because he was about 4 seconds back. He's now 8. Oh, I've gone wide. Very wide. Not too shabby on the power out, though. The Tia washes out quite a bit. Fireball death protection. So close. Oh, prediction so close. Yep. Oh, no! It's fine. Actually, it's fine. Oh, it's not fine. It's not fine. It's really not fine. I am my own worst enemy, yep. I just didn't get in at a good angle. With the way this car is, you can really set yourself up for failure in, like, right in the corner before the corner that you're actually doing. So I got a pretty shit... Obviously, taking that line that got me that first penalty through that corner really put me on a crap line for the next corner. And so it compounded itself. That's why I got the double whammy. Well, gonna try and catch up to Yari. He did a 153 that last lap. So if I could pull out some of that spice that I had in me in these past few laps, I could definitely chip that down. Maybe not quite make a move, but definitely chip that down to a much more acceptable margin. Provided I can avoid death or other penalties. Now that he's on the podium, he probably has a bit more drive to do better. That is something I'm going to have to factor in. Very wide out here. Got 2 minutes left on the clock. I think there'll be one more lap after this, maybe? Or this might be the final lap. Depends on if Matthias has crossed the line already. I think he probably has, though. No, he only just did, so this is going to be it, I think. Which means I need to move it. And I pretty much need to pray that Yai makes a mistake. There was another 53. I put in a 52. About a second faster there. But I need to go bigger this lap if I really want to have any shot here. And I have done bigger and better. So I just need to do it again. Really holding on. Even though this car is quite slow and it probably doesn't look very fast, I really am holding on through some of these corners. You wouldn't believe it, but this thing has like no grip, so you really have to. Yeah, he's a bit wide. I don't think it's going to be enough for him to get a penalty, though. he's gone wide. Whoa, overcooked it. Ah, not enough. Needed a few more laps there. Had over 52. Just a couple more laps and I would have done it, but if I hadn't have fucked up in the first place, I also would have had it, so is what it is. Really sold that one for myself. There's just completely dominant though, over a second a lap faster than everyone else. Insanity. Absolute insanity. Hey, Matthias, how's it going? Absolute. Oh, tragic for you in race 1, but damn, absolute dominance in race 2. Oh. Guess we can go and watch the first few laps of race 2 till I go and give myself a penalty. I know it'll probably be irrelevant, but I like to say I was a bit proud of my mental performance there. I can see that. You were most definitely quite annoyed after. I mean, I think anyone would be pretty pissed if they were disconnected from the lead of a race. And so to come back and do it all again, basically like 15 minutes later. You got another DC when transit. Oh, that explains where you left between the sessions. I need to come back to no sound. So you did that whole race with no sound? Well, at that point... That's just a flex. Beating everyone with no sound. Yeah, oh my god, this start... I gotta go back and really sort of... I'm gonna turn my fan on first, because I'm toasted. Bit of a drink. Yeah, this start was crazy. I forgot just how wild this start was. Of course, we all start. It was a big, small victory for you. Yeah, fucking hell. Because the front two don't get off to the greatest start, so we're kind of boxed in here. Mattia comes flying up the inside. And so we're like 4 wide, technically. I mean, Hanu's far enough ahead, but it's about 4 cars all lined up. And somehow, we all make it through. Oh yeah, literally not a single contact. Crazy. We somehow all avoid touching. I don't think I've ever seen... I don't think I've ever seen a cleaner Croft Turn 1. Even in races where the cars are more spread out, usually someone gets hit and murdered, but we somehow all made it. Wow. I thought maybe someone might have gotten a little nudge at the rear, but they didn't. Oh, he got a really bad exit though. Wow. What did he do? Oh, he goes across the grass. I couldn't have slowed him up that much though. I'm surprised he lost that much speed. Because he dropped like a stone. Holy shit. Going around the outside here was probably not my wisest play. I kind of just had to let him go. Then, yeah, he went really wide here, so I just kind of forced the issue. And then, whoa, you come flying up. Yeah, luckily I was able to give you just about enough space there. The car is not easy to keep on a line. No contact again. I wonder how many contacts there were really in this race. In both races, really. I didn't see any, at least. It was pretty aggressive, but very clean racing, which is really what you want. You know, we were making pretty tough moves on each other, but we never once touched. At least from my viewport on the race. She got past Hanning and then was just trying my best to match what you were doing. After fuel saving the whole of race 1 and coming in with no practice, I think I did a pretty decent job. At least compared to the previous weeks in this car. But I guess that's just the Croft effect. I always run well at Croft, I think. Yeah, Mattia missed that corner big time. But he starts closing up, and then I decide to be a complete idiot. Where is it? Not this lap. It's next lap. Zero practice might have been scary. It is and it isn't. Yeah, I took too much here, got a penalty, and then I just absolutely bungled the run through here. Penalty again, which really soiled me, so I basically just had to sit on the outside line with the clutch in. Lap times in quality or low grip levels were way higher. Yeah, I hadn't turned a wheel on this combo until I joined the server, so... But it did come with the experience of running the car for the past 2 weeks, so I did have a bit of knowledge on the car that I sort of just, and a bit of muscle memory, naturally retained. Not to mention, I know pretty much all of the tracks on this schedule like the back of my hand. I've raced on them plenty of times. So, while I didn't do any practice for this race, I had practice of all the elements really at play. I think that definitely helped. And I guess it's just kind of a natural benefit of having a shitload of experience. Yeah, from here on out, that was basically it. I tried to catch Yari. Closed in about a couple of seconds, but I lost too much, so... yeah, is what it is. Get out of here. There we go, it's better. Yeah, it is a very tough car. I actually messed up the fuel numbers in race 1 somehow. I had to fuel save the whole way, or pretty much the whole way through. So I didn't even really get much proper running in race 1. I was just focusing so hard on saving fuel. I think my fastest lap was like a 54 or something like that. But I did kind of learn the lines, so I guess it wasn't complete dud. Alright, hang on. Where are we at? I need to find this. Voila! Race results. That's the championship standings. Yep, Mattia took the win in that race. No incident points across the board. That's pretty cool to see. Yari in second, myself in third. Joaquin in third. Or fourth, sorry. Hanu in fifth. Jose sixth. Mateus, unfortunately, seventh after that disconnect. 1 lap down. And Enrique 3 laps down in eighth. Definitely struggled quite a bit. His best lap was 2 minutes. Ooh. He definitely struggled trying to get the grips of this car. Yeah, ooh, that hurts. That big drop. But yeah, very clean. No doubt a couple of penalties, but that's not the end of the world. Race 2. Everyone finished on the lead lap. It's good. Waiting for Cadwell. Yeah, Cadwell is going to be insane. Insane. Mateus wins in dominant fashion. Coming from 7th through to 1st very quickly. Absolute charge. Doesn't show it here because it's cut off lap 1, but oh well. Given that he started down here, he was then there by the end of lap 1 and then bam. Hanu unfortunately lost a lot of spots, but still finished 5th. Yari was 3rd, Mattia was 2nd, I was 4th, Hanu 5th, Yakut 6th, Henrique 7th, and Jose 8th. Oh, you 3 got incident points. Naughty. But surprisingly, none of those were from lap 1, turn 1. I really don't know how we got away with that. Could have bet on one race 2 start. We maybe could have, but I blame Mattia for getting a bad X out of the chicane. He put a pretty big gap to all the cars behind me. Overall championship standings, though. Mattia takes the lead. It's good that Matthias was able to get back in and finish the race, because he was able to salvage points. And given the unfortunately low participation numbers of the series, he's also got a pretty healthy amount, which only leaves him 4 points adrift going into the next round at Thruxton. Oh, that's going to be a juicy one. Yep, so those two are very tight overall. Matthias has 4 wins, though, so Matthias 2. I think it's definitely on Matthias is the favourite to take the win here. I think that disconnect really sort of soiled what would have been another extension on that championship lead, but hey, makes things a bit spicy, I guess. Myself in third, quite a way off. I don't think I'm really going to get much higher than that. Very consistent, though. 182, 187, 187 overall. Could have scored a bit more had I not have made a mistake, but is what it is. Yeah, I really hope no more disconnects. Never nice to have people disconnect. No matter what position they're in. But even from the lead, even worse. Yeah, 1 is enough, yeah. Yari is in 4th. Only 3 full-time runners, which is quite unfortunate. But yeah, Yari and Danny are pretty close. Enrique is way off of those. Dev was all done 2 races, and everyone else has only done 1 so far. So, pretty small table. But Thruxton next week, that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that one. Where are we at? Yeah, it's good to see him around. Good to see him racing. I was saying that during the race. It's good to see him on track. He's been in quite a few races, I think, lately. I saw him, he was there last week. I didn't see him on Monday, but I saw he was in Thunder Crew's race on Thursday? Wednesday, Thursday? I think it's Wednesday. Yeah, because I do R-Factor 2 on a Wednesday. So I can't join for them, unfortunately. Oh, next... Oh... Oh... Like somewhere you cut the final chicane, or I think... It was updated so they put a tire wall there, which is deadly, but it's better than nothing, I guess. Alright, let's see. Did I save that replay? I hope I did. I will show you the track next week. For the Estonia. If I can find a bloody replay of it. Oh, here we go. Hoping this just works. Yeah, the track we're at next week is crazy. I love it. Okay, hoping that's shown. Yep, there we go. Put it on board. We're on a Praga. But, so a little bit faster. But this track has some crazy elevation. We've started this chicane, which is going to be very sketchy. We start just before it. And there's the finish line. So it's a bit of a weird sort of start. I don't really like it, but I guess they couldn't really do much different. Because I guess they wanted to slow people up here. Because you can see here's the starting grid. But we basically immediately go into the chicane. Would have been nice if we could have skipped it for lap 1. But with the way AC works, I don't think that was quite possible. So, because you probably find in real life, they probably skip the chicane lap 1. But yeah, as we then go on to the start of the lap, obviously it's pretty fast around here. Just a bit of a lift. I think in the Estonia may even be able to do it flat, this corner. Keeping it pinned down here. Probably a little break into this corner in the Estonia. Might even be flat still, who knows. But absolutely commitment to keep it in the track limits here. So you sort of swing downhill. And sort of through this bit. And I might not look it too much, but it is quite a bumpy track. I think I might have adjusted the Praga a little bit. I can't remember. You see a bit of a slide there. But it's a very fast track, and you gotta keep your foot in it. Blind crest here over a constant turn. Very easy to go off here. I have done so many times. And you gotta keep it pinned through here. It's a crazy track. But I think it should be a lot of fun in the Estonia. Can I go for another lap? I think I crash in this lap. Yeah, I do. Oh, there you go. Bonk. Oh, that was a pretty big crash. I forgot how big that crash was. Just licked too much curb. There you go. Oh, and dead. Rip Praga. She is kill. But yeah, love this track. It's pretty cool to be able to get it on SRS. I don't think it's ever featured before, so... I'd be forgetting that chicane. Someone probably will in the race too. But yeah, hey Gear, how's it going? Also, don't forget, people, gonna shill it again. Check the pinned comment in the chat. As we, what do we call it? This Sunday, gonna be hosting a sort of bootleg Goodwood. And anyone is welcome to bring any car they like. In AC, whether that be mod or what have you. And ideally looking for cars with a little bit of meaning, you know? Something that's a little bit special to you. Something that you've maybe created or something, you know? Just a way to show off cool little nuggets of the community. That should be an awesome event. So if you're interested, check the pinned comment and watch the video. Had to shill it. Been shilling it the whole stream. Looks like attendance in Estonia is going up. 9 people racing the first two. Now it was 13. Yeah, it seems like it's going up. But hopefully it continues to go up. I'd love to see it go up more. But it's hard to say, really. Wishful thinking. But I'd like to see the numbers go up. I do like the car. Okay, I should have left a longer replay. We'll probably bring a friend's car ported into AC. Ooh, that'd be a nice one. I can finally brag that we have a mod showcase. I did do a few runs in a few different cars. Just random shit. Kind of developing that craft. Nice. That's good to see. What can I put on as just some background filler shit? That was a good race we did recently. Can't think of one. A crosscut at Croft. That'd be a juicy one. But yeah, I mean, interested in the event, but didn't register because you might not make it. I mean, that's fine. It's fine. Yeah, registrations aren't final, though. So if you're interested, I wouldn't be afraid to register. I naturally kind of expect that a few people will pull out before the event happens. That's kind of just the natural expectation I have. It happens pretty much everywhere, so... But the more numbers we have, easier it is to get more, I guess, on one hand. But also, you know, if we do lose some, it's a bit less painful. Yeah. But yeah, it's not non-committal. So. Just a chill event, so... But I am shilling it hard because I do want to try and get as many cars as possible. It's not SRS. The bootleg Goodwood that we're doing? No, it's not SRS. I'm hosting it all myself. I'm stealing a server that a friend owns that he's kindly let me borrow on several occasions, and we'll be using that. And it's all run and organized by me. It's not through any additional platforms like SRS, SGP, or the likes. Which is why I'm pushing it so hard. Because it's my own event, so it's all down to me as to whether or not it succeeds or fails. I've got to make something that people want to join and tell them why they should join. So I've been trying to really kind of push that envelope. Should give her which guy I should bring? Well, you've got until, I'd say probably about Saturday evening. Yeah, you could probably still submit on Sunday. You'd have time. Just not like at least a couple of hours before the event. Because I'd need time to sort things out on the server and whatnot. But, yeah. Might be a little bit... It might be a little bit disorderly, but, I mean, it's just a bit of fun at the end of the day, so I don't think it matters too much. At least, this is a bit of an easier format to work with than when we did the Race of Binners a few months ago, if you remember that, if anyone was around during that. That ended up dragging on for way longer than it should have, because, I kind of messed up the sort of, I really messed up the sort of format during the event. I wanted to just keep giving people more chances to race and be as friendly as I could, and I ended up giving, like, way too many rounds. We ended up with brackets that had kind of ballooned out of control, but that can't happen here. The only way we're going to have a really long event here that lasts like 3-4 hours is if we get a shitload of cars. Which I'd love to see, but realistically it's probably not going to happen. So I think this time around it's going to be about an hour or two at most. Chances are we might be able to get everything all said and done within the hour. Hard to say. But we'll see. I'm looking forward to it, though. I think it should be a fun event. But of course, I'm gonna say that because it's mine. But you know, you get me. I've been kind of wanting. It has been an idea that I've had rattling around for a while. I have sort of thought like, how do I make Goodwood into an online event? And this is kind of I feel like this is kind of the best that I could come up with. It sort of encapsulates a bit of the spirit of the event, whilst not just being, you know, so it's not all about the hill climb. I feel like a lot of videos I've seen of people doing Goodwood in AC, it's all about the hill climb. It's just them taking a bunch of cars up the hill and going as fast as they can. And while that's going to play a big part of it, I do kind of, you know, one of the things, because I have been to Goodwood in person a few times, and I think one of the things I really love about the event is that it is more than just the hill climb. You know, it's all about the history of the cars and the sort of, yeah, it's about history and technology and innovation, you know, sort of in the same place. You get to sort of celebrate all the icons of old, whilst also getting excited for what's coming in the future. I've raced a lot of cars at Goodwood since before I first, lol. Fair enough. But yeah, I was actually due to go this year. But, unfortunately, I decided it was going to be a good idea to go on the Saturday this year. And if you didn't see what happened, the British weather happened to... well, the British weather got very mad on Saturday. So, they ended up canning the event on the Saturday, so I didn't go in the end. Kind of gutted about that. But I think that kind of gave me a bit more drive to kick this into motion. If I can't bring myself to Goodwood, I bring Goodwood to me. Saturday was the best day. First competitive sim racing environment I ever joined was a hill climb series with more classes and cars than drivers. I'd racer in my class, it felt very much just like an enthusiast meet. Fair enough. I think my first true competitive environment was iRacing. But I think the part where I truly hit my stride was when I peeled away from iRacing and knuckled down in some like tight-knit community races with a bunch of friends. Because luckily a lot of my friends were also were interested in AC and were pretty decent at it to an extent. Well, one of them was, especially. And so that meant that we could sort of just do races and had a nice sort of spread of skill. There weren't many of us, there was like 7 or 8 people. But I guess it's not too different than what you get in some races here. But yeah, there was one guy in particular who was just insanely quick. And I think pushing myself to try and beat his ass every time we raced was definitely what helped me kick up a gear and get a lot closer to the level I am today. It's a shame Saturday went away. Yeah, it was a very welcoming place. Yeah, I can imagine. Communities are usually very welcoming, which is pretty great. Anything going on at the Goodwood circuit during effort? No. There's nothing going on at the circuit. Yeah, there's like a rally in the forest. There's like while they do a drift run up the hill, there's also like a drifting pen where they do stuff throughout the day as well. There's like a motorbike stunts arena as well at one place. It's massive. Like there is. I really didn't do good in this race. I'm looking at this replay now. But let's find some background footage anyway, so it doesn't matter. But you know, it's massive event. Like, I think yeah, being on the live stream, you really don't comprehend just how big it is. I could tell you, it's quite literally impossible to see everything in one day. I've been there 3 times now, I think. 2019, 2021, 2022. And I've never once been able to get up to the rally. Never once. I want to go. I do want to go up and see the rally. But there's just so much shit going on everywhere else that it's hard to find that time to get up there and do it. Which is kind of a shame. Because as I said, yeah, I would like to go up to the rally stage one year. I was hoping to go this year, but obviously it got cancelled, so couldn't even go to the event. I'll put this one in the background. This is a bit of chaos. It's a fun race, though. Definitely one of the events I want to visit eventually. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's quite a trip for some of you guys, but yeah, luckily it's about, I think it's about 2 hours away from where I live, 2-3 hours. But oh my god, the traffic is ridiculous. I didn't know it's this big. Yeah, I think, yeah, a lot of people don't really realize how big it is until you go there. And it's like, whoa, Jesus. Yeah, I think I remember reading an article of like the MotoGP riders. There were quite a few of them there this year. And they were going for like the first time sort of thing, a lot of them. And they were sort of just, they were kind of taken aback at the size of the race. Or the size of the event, really. As to how much is there. Do I ever go to the members meeting? No. I think you need a membership for that. Which I don't possess. I'm not made of money, unfortunately. This is a bit of a juicy race. I'm just gonna hide all the UI elements so we get a nice, clean race. And basically just a random collection of Porsches at Le Mans. Quite an interesting mix. With me in the 917-30. Couple of GT1s, couple of 956s. 919 and the likes. And you're off for the night? Alright. Take care. Yeah, cheers for racing. It was good fun. And hopefully see you around next week. But yeah, I actually haven't been to that many racing events, now that I think about it. I mean, Goodwood isn't really a racing event, technically. It's to do with racing, but it's not actually racing. I think the only real times I've gone to races in recent times is I've gone up to Silverstone to watch some club racing. Which actually I don't live too far away from Silverstone, so it's pretty nice to go up there. Club races are pretty good bang for buck as well. It's like, I don't know, 20 quid or so for like the whole day, and you get like a full day's worth of racing. I got the speed of this car, ridiculous. But yeah. I'd love to go and check out some of the other tracks, because Thruxton and Brands Hatch aren't too far away from me as well. I'd love to go and get down to those one day, but I just need to find a time when there's like an event going on that would make sense. No doubt my sister will try and convince me to go up to hers one time so that I can go to Croft, because she lives near Croft as well. But that's like really far away from me. All-time GP was great on the Nürburgring. I think I saw a bit of that actually. It was interesting. But yeah, Nürburgring races have never really sort of tickled me that much, both in doing them and watching them. They are very challenging, and it's commendable that these people are able to do them, but I don't know. Never struggles to really scratch that itch. For me, at least. Ultimate GP is more of an event. Oh, I might be thinking of a different race then. I think I did watched a bit of a classic car race. There was some like old, yeah. I do remember seeing a bit of a classic car race, but it may be a different event. I'm not sure. Had a Nürburgring, a GT3 knuckle racing. It's very true. It's the same cars you see on Goodwood. I do love that some of these, some owners of these really old race cars, you know, want nothing more than to actually race these cars. It's great to see that, you know, there are people out there who don't just want these cars to be rotting away in, like, storage houses. And are willing to let people take them out and sort of rag them around. Of course, they have shitloads of money, but hey, I'm not gonna complain. Talk to Nick Mason, he races Ferrari 275p, I think it was. Ooh, nice, nice. Yeah, I've heard he's really into his racing. I think he has quite a lot of cars. But yeah, it is definitely great that there are people out there who buy these old race cars and bring them back to the racetrack. And there was one great interview I watched a couple of years ago. I think it was after Charles Leclerc crashed Villeneuve's car at Monaco, that infamous one where he spun into the wall. And I think they asked the guy about it, about what he thought. I think he pretty much turned around and said, he was like, well, Gilles was a bit of a madman, so, you know, when I give people the car, I kind of expect them to rag it around a bit, like he did. And I was like, yes, it's how you should be with these old cars. I mean, of course, there is nothing wrong with storing some race cars in a museum. But, you know, I think in a lot of cases, you build multiple copies of a race car. So, you know, shove one in a museum, fine. But, you know, you could have a few others that you keep up to spec and race ready. I mean, I remember, one thing I do remember, actually, was when I went to the... Yeah, they were made to be used and raced, exactly. And one thing I do remember was when I went to the Williams Heritage Collection, quite a while ago now, like 4 or 5 years ago or so. Obviously, they've got all the old Williamses there. And one of the cool things they told us was that pretty much every car there was race ready. Like, they keep them in condition so that they can take them out, if they want to, they can take them out to a track and run them. Which I thought was pretty cool. Because, yeah, they do bring their cars to events quite a lot. But, yeah, pretty much all of them, I think, as they said, were pretty much ready to run and kept in working order. God knows how much money that must cost them, but props to them to keeping the commitment. To allow those cars to still be able to run on tracks. Of course, because they're Formula 1 cars, there isn't really... Racing old Formula 1 cars, for the most part, is pretty taboo, it seems. Which is a shame. But, I guess they are very fast and pretty dangerous, so... It is what it is. I don't make the rules. Yeah, it's cool to see them crash around 10 million cars, yeah. It's very painful when they crash them, though. Very painful. I've seen some of the crashes at, like, the Goodwood meetings and stuff, and it's like, ooh, that's gonna hurt. Hurt the wallet. Even if it doesn't hurt them physically, hurt the wallet. Because I couldn't imagine spare parts for some of these cars are rattling around too much. That being said, though, by keeping a few copies of these cars in working order, you know, Yeah, keep some panel beaters in business. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what I was getting to, you know. The more of these old race cars we keep in circulation, the more of a demand is there for, and, you know, keeping them racing. The more of a demand we have, really, to sort of keep making parts for them. Oh, I really jumbled around my USBs there. Like you see at Goodwood and stuff, you know, like the old minis racing, they go crazy. You know, these are like original, like 1960s, 1970 minis. Most of them. But obviously, because there's still quite a lot of them kicking around in race trim, you know, there are people out there who will build brand new parts for them. Sure, they cost you an arm and a leg, but at least they exist. I've seen some manufacturers as well. I mean, this is for more modern cars, but I think producing parts for retired cars. I do remember seeing a video of a guy who bought a like mid-2010s Fiesta R5, and you're sort of talking about the like running and maintenance costs of it, and he was saying that, you know, M Sport still makes the parts for the car, so you can go, even though the car is like 10 years old now, you can still go to them and be like, hey, I want these parts, and they'll get them for you. Of course, they cost a lot of money, but it's good that there's still spares available. Yeah, Beetle parts guy. Yeah, you let you buy brand new car bits if you wanted to. Yeah. It's great to see. Because, you know, these cars hold a pretty big place in history. In automotive history. And losing them would be pretty tragic, I think. I feel like you could probably still buy a lot of Mark II Escort parts as well, because I see those still quite a lot in, like, local rallies and stuff. At least in the videos I've seen of local rallies. Seems to be quite a lot of Mark II Escorts kicking around still. It's pretty interesting. I don't know how original they are, but, you know, given that it's rallying, I'd assume you'd have to have spare bits. Available somewhere. Ooh, binned. Because, you know, as much as you try and avoid it, I think in rallying there's inevitably going to be a point where you wrap the car around a tree or a lamppost or something. And you're going to need some pretty extensive repairs. And in general, just the wear and tear in rallies is pretty high. Very few Mark II Escorts in British hill climbing, though. I think it is definitely more of a rally machine, though, than a hill climb machine. It's very boxy, so I think, you know, hill climb, you probably want to trim the car a bit more. But what's the hill climb live here on YouTube? Yeah, that's another thing that's pretty awesome. More and more motorsports are starting to broadcast their stuff on YouTube, especially the lower division ones. Of course, the top divisions aren't, because they're rolling in too much money to give a shit, but, you know, definitely makes club racing and stuff a bit more accessible. That you can just flick up a YouTube live stream and voila, racing. Bit too much to keep in touch of everything, but it's cool to have the option there if you want it, sort of deal. I mean, heck, as I said, when I went to the club races at Silverstone, I actually was watching, at some points I did have the live stream up at the side to sort of like, if we couldn't see like any incidents that had happened or stuff, we'd watch the live stream and be like, oh, okay, that's what happened. Because they don't have like big TV screens and whatnot set up. You just get a bit of commentary and the cars. Yeah, it would be great if like some of the bigger motorsports definitely made their coverage more accessible. Yeah, I'd definitely be down to watch some of the like live streams of the WRC every now and then, but I don't think I'm gonna watch it enough to really make paying for WRC Plus worth the money. I'm just gonna tune in here and there throughout the weekend. When I'm bored and want a little bit of background footage. But nope, gotta pay money. Yeah, F1 is a joke. Luckily, it's included in the TV bundle that I have at the moment. I got a really nice deal on like my current TV bundle, and it comes with Sky Sports F1, so the extra benefit of that is as well as that Sky Sports also has IndyCar, so I get the double. And I get it for cheap, so I can't complain. But yeah, if I had to pay for it on its own, no. I also saw, actually, hang on, I can probably get, actually no, there isn't a live session going on. But I went to check on the website actually over the weekend. For just like during one of the practice sessions, because you know they have like the live timing and stuff up. And I was like, oh, you know, I'll just go and take a peek at the sort of live timing and see what kind of events have been going on. And I opened the live timing page and it's like, nah, you gotta sign in, buddy. And it's like, what? I never had to sign in for like the past 2 years. Why do I have to now? I don't know if I had to pay any money for it. I didn't bother signing in because I don't have an account. But it seemed really pointless to put just watching a screen full of numbers behind a signing window. Like, I mean, I hope we don't have to pay money for that. But no, in Formula 1, maybe. Wouldn't put it past them. Because, like, if you want to put me through the effort of signing in, I might as well just go downstairs and turn on the TV. Or I might as well just log into Sky Sports and watch the coverage. Because they have, like, an online player that you can watch. And so I might as well just log into that. If I wanted to sign in to look at timing. I think another funny thing with F1, though, is that F1 TV in certain countries, where if the country has an exclusive broadcasting deal with a like provider, for example, like over here with Sky Sports, for example, the F1 TV app is actually really limited. You can't watch the races on F1 TV. You could sort of have like a radio style experience, at least for the qualifying, and watch the live timing, but that's it. Which is funny, because I think it probably costs the same to subscribe to F1 TV as it does in countries where you can watch the full races. But here you can't. The only way you can watch the F1 races on TV, or just watch the live stream for the races, is through Sky, at least legitimately. Which does kind of make paying for F1 TV kind of redundant, but they'll try and sell it to you anyways. F1 used to be accessible to everyone who cared. Yeah, exactly. I remember the days when it was just on Freeview TV. You know, it was like on BBC and ITV, which anyone can tune into and watch. But obviously, as F1 has grown and grown, they've gone to the highest bidder, and obviously the highest bidder has put up a paywall. Because fuck you. It will be interesting to see how the future changes that, obviously, with conventional TV services kind of very slowly fizzling away. And, you know, streaming becoming the norm. Seeing how those kind of adapt to that, but I don't know. That's going to be a long time away still, I think. And when it was sent on Eurosport of John Watson as commentator, that was awesome. I don't even think we get Eurosport over here. I think we used to, but I don't think we do anymore, which is kind of a shame. Or if we do, it's very buried, and I don't have access to it. That's for sure. But yeah. It sucks, but nothing really we can do about it, unfortunately. Just the way the world works. Money, 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 and more money. Well, with that being said, though, I think I'm probably going to wrap up the stream here. We've been going for 3 hours now. It's pretty decent length. Of course, final shill. Watch the video and the pinned link if you're interested in checking out this Sunday's event. Should be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. And yeah, thanks to everyone who showed up and raced. Thanks to everyone who chatted. And yeah, see you guys all next time. Adios.